I'm Assault, and I will be conducting tonight's meeting with the assistance of some of our staff from the teams amongst the community. Just so everyone's aware and we're on the same page, we'll start tonight's meeting with some general announcements, and from there we will open it up to questions. For anyone new to these community meetings, please type your questions in the community meeting discussion channel, and I will read them and I will answer them as they come. Also, we'll get to your questions. If you're questioning on YouTube or Twitch, we will try our best to answer any general questions there. All right, guys, starting off, first announcement, we're going to talk about the 18 plus maturity crackdown. This is going to be amongst the community as a whole. This will be SOT events, our ops events, and on Discord. Basically, what we're trying to ensure is good immersion in our events. We want everyone to get a good experience, so we're going to really start cracking down the 18 plus maturity. Moving on, the new Squad Ops map mod required to play in ops in addition to the old Squad Ops mod is linked in the README. Let's make sure we got that downloaded and ready to go if you want to participate in any ops moving forward. Also, once we complete our ops, we have the Operation AARs to give both positive and negative feedback regarding leadership or the mission itself. We've gotten some great feedback in that channel. Let's make sure everyone's using that. It gives us good feedback. We can provide good quality ops, the do's and don'ts. All that is needed, and we pay attention to it. I think for everyone's favorite announcement moving forward, whitelist is fixed. We will report any further problems we have to Barton, but as of now, whitelist is fixed. Everyone who's been MIA for a while, jump in and enjoy your whitelist. It's quite a treat. I know everyone loves it. Moving on, for our Squad Optics Tactics and Training, news on that front is that our leadership course is to come soon. We're working on our first official dry run of the course. It'll be in-house only, and we're looking to get some of the public running that course hopefully by the end of this month, but definitely running into January. Postscriptum operations will be happening more regularly. All right, so all you Postscriptum fans, stay tuned. We're going to make sure we get more of those One Life events up and running. So pay attention to the calendar, squadops.gg. Make sure you're signing up for those Postscriptum events. I know everyone's been enjoying them and having a good time, so let's keep that in mind. Pay attention to that calendar. Also, we are testing a few operation mechanics in the future, so there's going to be more test ops with the mods. Okay, we're still working out everything with the V12, AWN, SDK, all that stuff. So we'll have some more of this test ops coming. A pretty big announcement. We do have a couple of changes amongst the manager community. I want to congratulate Tup and Phoenix. Tup is now the manager for our admin team. He's doing a great job, and as one of his trainees as of now, I can tell you that he's on top of everything. He's doing great. He's managing our servers the way they should be, with great professionalism. We're not interrupting the games too much unless we need to step in. So Tup is the new manager for admin. Phoenix is the perfect guy to have in charge of the SOT team. He's down to earth. He makes sure all the training and the content in our SOT courses are relevant and applicable to our ops. So congratulations to Phoenix. Good job, big guy. Welcome to the management level of SOT team. Moving on, guys, our mod dev team is looking for a mapper and editor. All right, you need to be proficient with Squad SDK. No scripting talented needed. All right, well, I'm gonna say that one more time. Our mod dev team in particular is looking for a mapper, editor, proficient with Squad SDK. No scripting talent needed. All right, if you're interested, you can check out our README and look at the staff application and fill that out. Make sure you put that you are applying to the mod dev team, and you will hear back from them if you're qualified and they're interested. Events are now posted consistently with a placeholder. All right, guys. So this means we're actually going to let you know on our calendar when an op is scheduled, giving you more advance so you can plan ahead. We, however, will not necessarily put out which op is coming. We're going to decide that a little closer to the actual op time. But as of now, we're going to put up on our calendar. Some of you probably noticed we have it labeled as, op is coming, and there's no actual op listed with no op doc for you to read. So that is done purposely. We're doing that to make sure everyone can fit their schedules and make sure everyone is tracking on when future ops are coming. Another quick change to the actual ops themselves, we are going to start doing a reduction in player count for the events, okay? We're still going to be looking at roughly 74 players. That's including commands and down. This is to ensure 4 full squads, okay? We're not going to have the commander with squad mates anymore, okay? So that's how we're moving forward. It's to ensure that no one gets stuck with a boring commander who's running around and they're just having to follow them. All right. And this will help the commander himself focus instead of managing, 1 or 2 other guys, whatever the leftovers are in the commander squad. So moving forward, that will not occur anymore. A big announcement. I know we get this a lot. I think everyone needs to really pay attention to this one. So we now have regular interest forms in the README. It is live, okay? So if you are interested in becoming a regular and have been around the community for some time, fill out the form. It's not a guarantee that you'll be given regular status, okay? It's just to note that you are interested, okay? So that we can see your application, we can keep an eye on you, we can make sure you meet the mold we're looking for, making sure you have that 18 plus maturity, all the things we look for in a regular in our ops. We can kind of start keeping an eye on you, tracking you as you are active in our regular servers and our Discord, so on. So take advantage of that. The representation team will be in charge of that. We will be combing through that, and we'll make sure that if we're interested or you've been around long enough, or if you've caught our eye, then we'll reach back out to you. But I just want to stress that it's not a guarantee. And I want you to know that if you don't get a response from filling out an application, it's not due to us not being interested. It's just due to the fact that we might have a lot and we are tracking everyone, and we are keeping in mind that you sent in that form. Okay. But that doesn't mean you're going to get a response. So I don't want anyone to get upset or think, we ignored your application, because that's definitely not the case. We will read them all. Another big announcement for one of our teams, event staff. All right. They are passively looking for applicants. All right. So they might be picking up a few more event admins in the near future. Just real quick, some basic requirements for them are 18 plus maturity. You need to have some experience in the ops. Okay, guys, we need you to kind of understand the basic flow of how the ops are conducted, as far as when you join the Discord, how everything's conducted with the pre-op brief, how we close the ops, etc. Okay, so you do need to have a few ops under your belt. Nothing crazy, not necessarily saying you have to have a certain number, but if you think you're the right fit, go ahead and send an application in to the event staff team. Again, you can find that application on the README. The team's minimums are at least 2 events per month. Okay, so you're not playing in 2 events per month. You're actually running, conducting, and you're in charge of 2 events per month. So keep that in mind. If you are willing to give up 2 events per month to run the event versus playing in the event, if that fits you, then go ahead and send an application. At this time, I think that's it for all of our major announcements. So we'll go ahead and get the community meeting channel up and running with any questions you may have. I'll answer them as quickly as possible. So you're free to go. One quick thing I want to mention that we do not have in our announcements is that our community team and our representation team have joined. Everyone who was in the community team, everyone who was in the old representation team are still there. No one got cut. The same personnel are there. Everyone's combined their task. We're all learning each other's jobs, and we think it's going to mold just a better team to support the community and our current regulars as a whole. Can off topic be made into its own category with the different channels for off-topic things like PC discussion, etc.? Good question, Chaka. For now, I think we just had a meeting or this discussion in the ATL and Up meeting, and right now we're kind of comfortable with where our channels are. However, that's noted. Maybe we can move forward with that. I like that idea. Not a bad one. Hyper Evo. So with ops being posted randomly, will announcements come out for the public people? Hyper, if you're getting at our general announcements that we always do, yes, they're going to stay the same. The actual ops are being put on the calendar in advance. So we have more ops listed for the month, I guess is what I'm trying to say, versus how we used to do it where we would wait till like the Saturday or Sunday before to post that next week's ops so people can get their schedule clear and they can, plan for the ops coming up later in the month. If rep are looking for more peeps. As of now, Husey, we are not. However, Lon Darts is our current manager. He's on a mini LOA right now. I can bring it up to him. We're, like I said, we just combined our two teams, so we're working out some inner house kinks. But I think as we move forward, as we get both teams up and current on the opposing teams' jobs and tasks, then maybe we'll be looking for more rep guys in the future. eFank, I do not believe Rep is looking for more members at this time. Thank you for answering that. Hyper Evo, no, public is never notified via announcement. All right. I'm okay. Hyper, I see what you're saying. I'll bring that one up. Boogie, as of 18 plus maturity rule, is it purely judgment or is there a actual set of rules? Good question, Boogeyman. Basically, we're looking for people, that fit all of the current requirements to become, to be amongst our community. So as of now, I think we do a pretty good job policing that. But as of now, just follow the rules. Don't mean too hard. I mean, the 18 plus maturity rule is just that. It's not saying 18 plus. It's just you need the maturity level of 18 or older. I see your questions. I see your questions being brought up, Hyper. We'll get XBit on that one. Yes, Gunny, act like an adult. That's all. Thank you. I see everyone's got an opinion on that 18 plus. That's usually how that rule goes. Yeah, exactly, guys. Just post your content in the appropriate channel. We've got all these channels. We got our squad ops channel meant for stuff that happens in our actual squad ops. We get the squad, postscriptum. We love our off topic. Everyone loves the off topic channel. Just keep the content posted in the correct channel and make sure, there's no gore, no live combat footage, no racism, nothing of that nature, and you should be okay. Yeah, I'm tracking, Boogie. Good question. And yes, Mr. Moneyman, adults can have fun too. Yeah. So I mean, it's not like you can't post a joke or a meme here and there, right? We're gonna have fun. We just want the content to be 18 and plus. Y'all got Karma cut himself clearing this up for y'all. Appreciate that help. See a couple people typing here. Chunka. So a lone dark dank meme now and then won't adversely affect me. Sweet. Yeah. You should be okay. 35? No, actually there's quite a few elderly people. Joking there. I'm joking. But no, 35 doesn't make you an old man. You're fine here, man. You're well within the age. 56? Nope. You're still good, skid mark. We still got people beat you at 56 years of age. Where's QN liberal pundit? There he is. Thank you, buddy. 67. That's what we like to see. To my knowledge, liberal pundit is our grand old man here at 67, and he's an awesome reg. We're so happy to have him on the team. All right, what's the word on leadership course or whatever it's called? Awesome, Hyper. So I think this Thursday, what is that, the 6th? It's coming up. We're doing a dry run in-house. So as of now, the leadership is actually going to consist of a two-part, I don't want to say event, but it is a two-part course, right? So as of now, the plan is, right, and we're still working this, so there could be some slight changes. The way the leadership is going to work is we're going to have a theory class. All right. It consists of maybe some short videos. It's going to consist of slides. Okay. Right now, we expect a lot of people can kind of take this course. It's not going to be, as of now, there's not going to be prac app involved. What we're thinking is it's all going to be the basic knowledge, okay? Because before the SUL, the FTL courses, they could drag on, right? Like we hear the horror stories of some of them going over 3 hours. This course is designed to break that up, okay? So you can take the theory course, you'll be theory certified, right? Once you have theory, you can then go on to the actual practical application part of the leadership class. Okay. And it's going to be like a two-step type system. So once you've taken leadership, it's going to be all the practical application. There's going to be several rounds. It's going to be a fun course, and you're going to apply the knowledge you actually learned in the theory. So we're thinking that you'll possibly get a theory tag on completion of theory. However, that does not allow you to necessarily fill those leadership roles yet. And then that just tags you to be qualified to actually take the leadership application portion of the test. Okay. And as of now, it's designed to be a course, not the theory. The theory is a one and done kind of thing, but the actual application portion of the leadership class may be a more than one-time kind of deal to get the actual leadership tag. Okay. So we really want good leaders in the ops. It adds to the immersion. It adds to people returning for future ops. So this leadership course is designed on that. It's coming soon, Hyper. It'll be out end of this month, January for sure. Let me see, try to find the next serious question here. Yeah, there is a lot of discussion. Thanks, Tyron. Tyron himself has done a ton of work on that course. So he's definitely a go-to man. If you have specific questions on that, I'm sure Tyron don't have a problem with you DMing him directly, or you can hit up our manager Phoenix. I'll throw him out there under the bus as well. He loves the DMs. Let's see, Athel, how much has it changed from the test we did a few months ago? If you're still talking about SOT, Athel, it's changed a little bit. I think you were there for a slight little prac app dry run. We were trying to get some of the timing out, if I remember correctly. It's been such a long time. I would just expect a full change from what you experienced there. How about postscriptum? Word on the street in the future, in order to play in PS Ops, you will need squad game to receive basic. I wanted to bring that up in our previous meeting, Hyper. We were running out of time. There is rumors, and maybe I shouldn't mention this now, of a potential postscriptum SOT basic. We understand as we move forward with these postscriptum events, we might get it to where it's not just open ops only. Maybe one day you will need some sort of basic class to do it. And I don't know if we can demand that everyone who plays postscriptum specifically goes out and purchases the game of squad just so they can take our SOT basic to be applicable.
I can answer this one.
Thank you, Karma. Thank you. Go ahead.
Sure. Okay. So for right now, currently, the plan with postscriptum operations is to lock it down to basic tag plus firefights. So we're going to be running firefights for postscriptum regularly in the near future. And to participate in these, you will need squad basic. The reason for this is because we're still trying to figure out how we want to open up the actual full postscriptum ops while maintaining quality. So right now, think of it like the squad ops community. The squad ops community itself is offering postscriptum ops for its community members. Not that we're, as a squad ops community, hosting postscriptum ops for all of postscriptum community. So we'll get to that point, but it's going to be baby steps to that point where we might have a postscriptum basic. But for right now, it is postscriptum ops for the squad ops community, not postscriptum ops for the entirety of the postscriptum community. I know that's a little wordy, but I hope that conveys the plan for right now.
Awesome. Thank you, Karma Cut. Y'all heard it from the man himself. That's the future plan on that front. Moving on, snowballs. So you'll be breaking it down into different modules that can be taken at different times. I assume you're still talking about leadership. And yes, so there'll be a leadership theory, and then there will be a leadership practical application. And that will help you all actually with your scheduling. So if you can get a theory in on this day, you only got 45 to hour 15, you wouldn't be able to do the whole 3 to 4 hour long course like before. Now you'll be able to break it up. You'll be able to do the actual lecture portion and then come back at when your schedule is available and do the actual application portion. Sessa, since we are discussing SOTs, what's the general future of SOT courses? If it hasn't already been discussed, I came a little late. Right now, as you know, we have our new advanced course rolled out, and it focuses specifically on assaulting compounds. We noticed in ops, a lot of times we get in these fights where we're trying to take down a compound or a building, so we wanted to address that. And the courses focused on a platoon size assault, but it can be broken down into smaller elements, and we talk about that in the actual course. We have our we did talk about it, but I know you said you came late, so I'll mention it quickly. Our leadership course is rolling out soon. We are in the final phases of getting that finished. So expect that on the calendar late this month, maybe January latest. And then there is maybe some talk about revamping AWS, but only if it's actually applicable to our ops. So that's way down the road. That's not anytime soon, but that's basically the future for SOT. And SOT also we have discussed and we're looking at creating some videos, some refresher videos, some more hip pocket classes type stuff where, the public can just go click on the link, watch the video if there's something they want to learn how to do, as long as it's something we do in the ops. Hope that answered your question. Revi, what if we made theory course an online test, have the information available to everyone, and have tags given out if you pass certain online tests? That's not a bad idea. We can bring that up, Revi. That's that's a larger question than what I can answer now, but good idea. Chanka, will Pony mod in a PowerPoint into the mod for leadership side? I'm not following your question. In a PowerPoint, dude, I'm not tracking. Retype that so I can clarify, please. Several people are typing. That's always good to see. I see Phoenix typing. That's the manager of our SOT. Hopefully, he's going to clarify some of these questions over the SOT courses. All right, I'm trying to scroll down and read some of these that we haven't already answered. All right, just starting back up real quick. Husey, how far down the road will leadership be required? So obviously, we got to get some guys to get through the course before we make that an actual requirement. There's no ETA on that, but expect that in the future for sure. You have time though. Hyper, what's up with the whitelisting? Seems RAS invasion server is not set up correctly for reserved spots. Oh no. All right. Well, we will talk to Barton about that. Will post-scriptum events become more regular? Yes, they will. Let's see. Wolfok, hi, new here. What would you say is the best way to get engaged in the community? Best way to get engaged in the community is to take SOT courses, be active in Discord, put in some hours on our regular servers. Easy to get noticed there. That's basically the best way. Be mature, be positive, just be a good guy. You'll be fine. Chanka, rumor was that Pony actually put in something in the mod that allowed SOT instructors to project a PowerPoint in the game. Yeah, and then version 12 came out and all that got just kind of put on the back burner. We'll see what happens with that. It's a cool idea. Hopefully we get that back up and running. Let's see. Husey, question about theory. What about the people who hate written things but can do practical easier? Learn better with practicals. Yeah, there is a practicals to that, and I think Phoenix is clearing some of that up. Is there a specific reason why FTL training was removed? It's being replaced. You could just look at it that way. It was long. Some people had an issue with it being long. It just needed a little tweaking, so that's what we're doing now. Not a specific reason. I think it was just a general. We came to a general consensus on, just kind of changing it up a bit. Can we please do more postscriptum stuff? Yes, it is coming. I see what you're saying. Once a week feels like not enough for a lot of people. Even just 2 to 3 times a week would be better. Okay, if you're talking about events like One Life events for postscriptum 2 or 3 times a week, that's going to be hard. That's a lot of events to do because we already, as we run several a week for squad. Any ETA on when the evasion server will be back up? I think it's this week, right? Anyone else here can answer that? I'm pretty sure it's the end of this week.
It's coming up soon. Barton's fixing everything. a whole bunch of stuff around. So whitelist is coming up. That was the first priority. First servers up, Postscriptum and other servers to follow soon.
Perfect. Is XBit looking for op ideas for Postscriptum? Short answer, no. I don't believe so. I haven't heard anything about that. If XBit ever needs any help, we will get it out to you all. I know everyone has awesome ideas for ops. There's a lot of mechanics that goes into op design that may not be um, obvious to some of the public. There's a lot of things XBit's keeping in mind about balance, time. We can't have an op run on forever, but XBit is the man for that. And to my knowledge, no, he's not looking for help or ideas as of now. He's got a lot on his plate, and he's working it as he gets it. He's doing a great job, though. Some of this new stuff with some of our ops with the unknown stuff is really fun, and everyone's loving that. Reason why I couldn't do the FTL SUL, just too damn long. Okay, Hughes, yeah, I'm tracking, and that's part of the mentality we had going into the new rework. So like I said before, it's going to be split up into two, and hopefully that'll help you out. Wolfhawk, do you guys have some sort of developer team in regards to web/app? So we do have a dev team. I talked about the teams that were interested in recruiting and the general announcements. Other than that, that's about it for now as far as teams looking for new people. Any chance the OWI devs can give you some pre-release code to check out the API for mod and servers? That's above anything I can answer. Karma, you got anything you want to speak to?
I'm sorry, what was the question again? The OWI get devs?
Yeah, it's skid mark.
Yeah, I have no idea. That's yeah, no, they don't really give us anything too crazy for API.
Solid, thank you. Sessa, any future campaigns coming up? Short answer there is I hope so. I do not know. That's a good question. I think everyone loves the campaigns. They're super fun, but as you can imagine, it takes a lot of work from the staff side of things. So it has been a while since we had our last campaign, so maybe we'll get one coming out soon. I think a V12 campaign would be awesome for sure. Chanka, does Barton handle all of the server stuff alone? Yeah, pretty much. I believe so.
So we got a question. Be worth answering. It's a possibility for modded community servers. So, for example, people can create layouts, and if approved by admins, it can be by.
That's a director question, Karma.
That's a squad. That's an OWI question. We had the helicopter mod up. Helicopter mod has been updated for V12, so you might see a Squad Ops V12 helicopter mod server go up soon. I would be all over that, but I still got to talk to Barton about our server limitations.
Yeah, guys, the V12 we got kinks we're working out. So obviously all the fun's going to continue in the future. It's coming. We are working actively to keep everything alive and running well, and awesomeness coming down the pipe. See, Phoenix, you can typically expect campaigns around long weekends, holidays. Yep, he's correct. Usually Monday, any type of holiday that falls on a Friday or a Monday, we might jump on that opportunity to do a campaign because they are, as you know, several days. Jack 0800, will teaches or interest classes become a more regular thing, i.e. volunteer instructors taking a group over a topic such as individual skills, target indication, weapons firing, range estimation, or the variety of areas that will help improve the quality of players and ops? Good question. We've talked about that a lot as the SOT team. Right now, the general consensus is we're going to get the workload on our plate completed and done now, mostly the rollout of leadership. And we want to start doing some of these side classes to help people retain knowledge that we instruct and to just have times for people to ask questions and us be able to instruct them. Hip pocket classes, kind of the term that the military uses. So, just on the fly kind of course classes. Yes, we're looking at that. We're looking at how we can actually implement that in a realistic manner as far as staffing or the SOT staff and instructors being available to do those kinds of things. Good question. We're on it. We're looking at that. Yes, we want to do that in the future. We're moving forward with that. Hyper Evo, I think that was meant for people who make maps and be available on a custom server done by Squad Ops. I understand what you're saying. As far as implementing that from the public, that's That's another Karma Cut question. What do you think about that one? I think it would
Yeah,
have to
just
be
like I said before, we're like the helicopter mod. That is a public mod. We did not create that at all. But if we can use it and people like using it, we can figure out a way to fit it in the community. We'll use it.
Sounds good. Sessa question I asked earlier, not sure if it was answered already, but what's happening with the hardcore mod? You know, a lot of the mod stuff has been delayed just due to V12. Pony is working on it hard. I know he's working hard. We just had a mod test. As far as the hardcore mod goes, I think he'll get to that. Karma, correct me if I'm wrong, but he's going to get to that after we get just the normal mod up and running and we get the V12 stuff worked out.
Yeah, so the hardcore mod is going through a couple changes. We are looking to try to make essentially a better vanilla squad, a hardcore version, and just improve a couple game balance issues and other game mode issues that we find in the vanilla squad, such as adding our own game modes, adding custom assets, changing up certain things balance wise, to essentially make a vanilla experience much more. Well, it wouldn't be vanilla, it'd be mod, but a vanilla like experience as enjoyable as possible.
Hamdog, what's happening with the custom server mini one life op game mode thingy? Are you talking about the firefights? The firefights are smaller ops that we do, and when we do those, they're on Fridays, Friday night firefights. I'm not sure if that's what you're talking about, but if so, yes, I mean they come. Just check the calendar.
He means the mod. That was a test. There's no guarantee that will continue.
Oh, okay, I'm tracking. Is there any way we can get some decor around the side training map? If you're looking, or if you're talking about Al Basra right now, we've been doing our SOT basics on Jensen's range, and where we're going to do them permanently is still, it has not been determined. If Phoenix wants to queue in and chat and answer that one, he's free to do so. Chanka, since it has been hinted at the bleed out timer can be modded, can the mod just automatically set it to 0 for the one life events so that you insta die and do not have to worry about giving up?
That's something that we've looked into before and something we're testing right now.
Aethel, wouldn't a lower player account due to having mods enabled be a problem? Y'all have a lot of questions about mods. I'm not the expert for that one. I see. All right, Hamdog. I'm glad that question was cleared up for you. Oh, you said like for Christmas, Bandit. Okay. To be honest, probably not. We'll take questions for about 10 more minutes, guys. 10 more minutes. Any sort of forum coming or just more Discord channels? So you can check the README and look at all the links. Sessa, there is we do have squad ops social media and sites outside of just Discord. So check all those links and see if that answers your question. Great question, Jack. Probably one of the better questions. I'm not sure.
This all was the last question in regard to Jack's beverage question.
Yeah, it was.
Ironically, on the donation page, it does reference that. However, we have never utilized it for such function. If someone were to donate and specifically earmark any sort of donation for it, we would honor it as such at a particular time every year that staff knows about.
Thanks, Barton. That's a good question. I'm glad you answered it. Boxer Acorn, do you have any updates on the whitelist issues? Well, Barton just chimed in. Barton, do you have anything to say on that?
Yeah. If you didn't notice or didn't understand the image that I had posted in the server notifications earlier today, it is fixed. It should be working. If you are experiencing issues, first off, double check that your Steam 64 ID is correct on the website. If that is correct, then DM me. Only after you've already done it. One of my biggest pet peeves is that being incorrect and people coming to me. Do note, if it is wrong, it will take about a day for it to carry over to update. So once a day, that list gets updated. But it fixed. If you're on the website, you should be pretty good to go.
Thank you. Awesome. Your new, very vague idea on what to do. Basically, this community meeting, buddy. If you have any questions for the ops community, now's your time to ask it and be answered directly with the community and the expert personnel from each team. Moving on, airborne. Hopefully, skid mark at some time in the future. Is there a plan for a community meet and greet in person, like a convention? So, to my knowledge, no, not for the entire community. Maybe that's something we can look at. Obviously, that would take a lot of planning. We'd have to do something, the planning would have to be conducted and then it would have to be arranged way in advance. So, we'll think about it. I'll bring it up. Phoenix, again, coming in for some clarification regarding the decor and SOT courses. He's got your answer right there. I'll read it out for everyone. SOT is always looking for fun ways to make the prac apps in both basic and advanced more fun, immersive, etc. for both the students and the staff. New basic course happens on the vehicle range and the new Jensen's range. We set up some outposts, vehicle checkpoints, firing positions for the OP4, and the students engage those positions. Chaka, is there an official squad up? Oh my God. I don't know. You'll have to ask him. He only gets 1 million DMs a day. Maybe you can just add 1,000,001 for that question. Jacko 800. Every time he sends a squad to certain death, you down the bottom. All right. I'm going to look for the more serious questions here. Would you ever consider a lopsided op 3 versus 5 squads where 3 squads could have an advantage, such as a sniper team or mortar fire from a position where the 5 squad teams are not allowed to attack? Good question, Hamdog. I've noticed as I've progressed in this community, a lot of the things, a lot of ideas people have, X-Bits considered them, and we can bring that up. That's not a bad idea, and we'll see what happens with that. What about the badges listed on your profile on the website coming soon? Is that a thing? It's been there for over.
You think that has been a thing for way over a year, most certainly. It's been a phase since day one of Squad Ops. The official answer still remains yes, it's coming soon.
Barton, do you want to answer Sessa's question? I heard the servers got
Yeah.
Okay.
Regarding the DDoS attack that happened on I think it was either last Thursday, last Friday, one of the days last week. No, those things happen. It's not the first time it's happened to us. It's happened a handful of times before. Usually just, bored script kiddies that have access to some sort of DDoSing thing. There is ways where a common person can get access to such of those things if they're willing to pay enough money for it, and some people apparently are. We've noticed that they're not normally usually ever targeted against us. We weren't the only ones affected. I know a couple other groups that got hit by it too. So it's not there's no indication or anything reason to believe it was targeted in any way.
Thank you,
Just
Barton.
happens.
Sinister Shako, what about a Discord tag for people who have made large contributions to Squad Ops but can no longer maintain their staff admin rank? I brought this up with Hyper Evo as an example last time. So there is an old timer tag. That's something that some of the older guys have that kind of have to back down due to real life stuff. Other than that, not to my knowledge. You can contact the representation team specifically, and we can maybe entertain that and look into that down the road. Good question. Hyper, when we're getting the old stream outlines back, like pick and pick, and having teams on top and fancy visuals like they were before. I do not know.
Yeah, I can answer. Basically, I need commentators to do that kind of thing because I run the streaming software and run squad at the same. So if you have experience in commentating or audio and visuals together, you can submit a staff application and I'll take a look at it. But it basically comes.
Thank you, Shadowed Ritual. Guys, he's the top. He runs our streams. He does an awesome job. So you heard it from the man himself. If you're interested in helping with that, go ahead and fill out that staff application. Ops Hall of Fame, I would assign that. Aethel, you got a long time to get in that one, buddy. I'm joking. Yeah, no, that's kind of cool idea. Badges, we don't need no stinking badges. Boxer to assault. How does it feel to have these? Thank you, buddy. I'll take second. Hamdog, will you be able to fix the admin cam issue where we have to leave the squad? It's nice to listen in two comms. Yeah, I think that's been addressed before, Hamdog. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. All right, we got one more minute. We're going to shut this thing down at 9:45 EST. One more minute. I see Wayne Newton, Sinister Shako typing a couple questions. Once they're done, we'll go ahead and call it. It's been an active community meeting. Hopefully we've been clear and been able to answer everyone's questions. Wayne Newton, I see you typing. I'm going to wait for you, buddy, and then we're going to cut the channel. All right. Ops with unknown op4 locations. Value of formations increases. Perhaps we consider defining a few key formations. Squad file, squad line, column, buddy. Have you taken our SOC classes? We do that. And adding a graphic, maybe in SOC Basic Google Doc. Perhaps this will be in the leadership course, but I would politely argue all fellows should be exposed to them. It could greatly improve soldiers in field tactical play. I agree with that. Keep it simple, just 3 graphics. We show graphics in advance for clearing techniques. This would cover our patrol formations. Thank you. Good job, Wayne Newton. I like your comment suggestion. So we are in our SOC contact channel. We have talked about this. So we do want to get some of the knowledge that we've come up with, some of the stuff we teach the community as a whole, and get it available to you all. That's to come. Yeah, tactical blob is all we need. Yeah, no, that does happen sometimes, but we do want to get away from that. That is going to be it for tonight's community meeting. I want to thank everyone for participating. I think we are done here. Jack, BVD, yep, you're welcome. Thanks, Skid. Good job, guys. Good active community meeting. We will see you next time. Go ahead, Ethan.